If you're just starting out the somatic work journey, the body is guiding you to understand your personal trauma, what you're taking on today, um, how you can better experience yourself with the environment and with other people. I'm so excited for you because when you really allow the body to be this guiding light, you come to find that there's so many layers to who you are, and you stop limiting yourself to this one idea. You're really giving such trust within the way that the body can be this beautiful, expression of your soul essence. So let's get into these tips that I have for you. The first one is to keep an open mind. Don't have a set idea of the way that your healing process should go, but really just allow everything to kind of be what it is and stay curious. I think that's the greatest part of somatic healing is to stay curious and start to ask, like, what are these things that are coming to mind? What are the things that I'm experiencing? Like, what I know for me personally, the curiosity always leads to some revelation that I never knew before. And it's coming back home to the self when you have the open mind and you're not so closed off. But I will say, if you're resistant, lean into that resistance because there's something there. Okay. The second tip is to welcome all sensations. You will experience so many new sensations because you're really working with the body that was once in a more flat state. So you couldn't have such intensity because you were, a bit more disassociated, or maybe you were so hypervigilant and you're hypersensitive that you'll start to learn to contain those sensations. But whether they're good or bad, we're just labeling them, and ultimately, we want to learn to work with every kind of sensation that arises. So you're bringing the body back to life. I call this the revitalization process. Um, you're turning on the body. So welcome all sensations, as scary as they may seem. Now, the third one that I have for you is to communicate with the person that you're working with, or to communicate with your journal, communicate with a friend. This is for you to honor and to build trust within yourself that you can verbalize what it is that you're feeling. And that's kind of delivering a raw message. Okay, that's letting the truth be what it is. That's, allowing yourself to be uncensored. So, communication is very, very important. It's actually one of the principles within the work that I do with my clients. We have to communicate. Okay, are we going too far? Is this too uncomfortable? Do you maybe feel as though you want to go further? Is it softer touch, harder touch? Like, where are we at right now? And constantly reattuning to your experience. Very, very important. Okay, now the last one that I have is to find a practice that is easy and that excites you, something that makes you want to continue doing it. I've been asked in some of my comments, does this end? I've been working on this emotion for so long. I've been doing this practice, for the last year, and I feel like I'm not making any progress. I feel like the anger is only increasing. I feel like my anxiety, it just kind of resides in a different plane and it's still bothersome. Like it's still inducing symptoms that I don't like. Well, here's the thing, if you have a body, as long as you have a body, you will be doing this work. So let us find a practice that you enjoy, that's easy, that you can apply when you're at work, when you're with your family. Like building a somatic toolkit is something that I will slowly build on here for you. But to have tools that you can just pull out of your pocket when you do feel the anger, the anxiety, when that small wave of emotion comes on, that's going to be your guiding light. That's going to be your saving grace. So find a practice that is easy and applicable in everyday life. This could be, a really small practice of breath work. It could be really gently touching your hand. For me, I'll say a small practice that allows me to come back to my body constantly. I'm an earth sign, so grounding is very important for me, and not just planting your feet in the ground, but I actually carry sticks of wood with me, and I will lightly graze them on my face, on my chest, on my hand, on my leg, wherever I feel like I may be disconnected with this area of my body, because that simple, exercise is bringing me back to the now. And that's what somatic healing is, constantly coming back to the now, attuning to where you're at, not trying to, manipulate where you're at, but feeling what you feel. Okay, so I hope that these tips are something that you can apply, that you can go over, and that you will always come back to. Now, with that, I'll catch you in the next video.